Hey everybody, Scoutcrafter here again. First of all, I just wanted to say I really appreciate a lot of the wonderful comments that I receive on these videos. And one comment yesterday really melted my heart, and it was basically one of my longtime subscribers, Daniel, watches the channel with his father, and his father is a professional mechanic, has been most of his life, and so this goes out to Daniel and his father Johnny Nemo, which I thought was really great that they watched the channel together. But today we have a quick one. We're going to restore a Estwing hammer. Ernest Estwing came here in 1923 from Sweden and started making striking tools. You know the story, so let's go downstairs, see what we can do to the hammer. Okay, of all the tools I own, you might think I like pliers and wrenches and things, but I think I have more hammers than any other tool. And so I don't usually buy a lot of hammers nowadays, but I was at the flea market the other day and I saw this just sitting there begging for help. It's and for $5, we all like Estwings, right? And it's a nice hammer. It's their standard model, and it didn't get much use, you could see, but it was obviously left out. And so let's see what we can do. The problem we're going to have with this is, you see the handle? There's some kind of white paint on there, and the problem with this rubber compound, if you use any kind of paint remover, I'm afraid it could affect the rubber compound. So I'm going to try scraping. We're going to lose these stickers, obviously, but you see the rust, the embedded rust in there, and what it looks like. Big grind mark over here. Let's see what we can do with this and get it back to looking like a nice Estwing hammer should look like. Now, you know what I find humorous? That if if we wanted to paint this handle, I couldn't get paint to stick on this handle for nothing. But if, goodness gracious, if a little bit of white paint or something gets spread onto this handle, it's on there for good. Meanwhile, if you wanted it to stay on there, you couldn't. Here I am, I'm scraping it with a single edge razor blade to see if I could scrape off some of it. And that's always a way. And then over here, you can see where we're getting, but it's a tedious process, so I'm going to see what I can do about that. Then maybe go over with different grit sandpaper to get it to that sheen again. But that's always a pain when this paint gets on here. It sticks like crazy unless you want it to. Okay, we scraped off the majority of the paint with the razor blade, and now I tried a little test area with the paint stripper just to see if it would affect the rubber using these clean strip paint stripper, and it came out very nice. I like the blue. It got rid of a lot of dirt that was on here. I'm going to use a piece of Scotch-Brite. I'm going to put some of this on. Now we're going to lose obviously the yellow printing here that says "Wear Safety" and the EASTWING, but I don't know if I could refill that in, but we're definitely going to lose that with the paint. It is a little it's a little worse for wear, so, but this will get all nice and blue again the way it should be, hopefully. So let's try that out. Okay, to protect the handle, we take a piece of soda can like this, put 2 pieces of tape on. We do it 2 times, 1 on each side, because you can't wrap it around fully without the can, without it getting screwed up. So just pull it around like that on both sides. You see I have 1 on that side, now 1 on this side, right up to the edge, and then we'll wrap tape around that. That'll protect the handle. Okay, we are halfway through the restoration here, and you can see I spent a lot of time on the wire brush to get out the staining that comes after you remove the patina, I mean rust. And you could see it here. You can see it real close. You can see the staining that's underneath. And we have some chips over here on the hammer, and we're going to have to address the chips around the face here. Otherwise, it's coming out real nice, as Estwings always do. And the handle here, I couldn't get out this staining here. I don't know what that is, deep staining, but from scrubbing it with the Scotch-Brite, gave it a kind of a roughed up, dull appearance. So I'm going to try and go down with different grits of sandpaper to get that smooth. But to get it really shiny, like the inside of those dimples, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do to get that, but I will get it shiny again the way I like it. So, but otherwise it's coming good, and then we'll polish it out and let's get to it. Okay, here's the fun part. We got to make this have a little bit of a sheen to it, and what we're going to use is my 50-50 mineral oil. See that? 50-50 mineral oil and Vaseline mix. See that? And watch what happens when that goes on there. And then you burnish it in, and I'll show you how we do that. Now you know my favorite part. You remember what it looked like before we started. Okay, we're calling this project finished. Came out really nice, huh? Some of the stains you won't be able to get out of here because they just, when they get impregnated. But I'm just surprised that the lettering stayed in there with the paint remover. I mean, that's crazy, huh? But it must be heat transfer. So anyway, 1923, Ernest Estwing comes to the United States, opens up a plant in Rockford, Illinois, and starts to make striking tools, hammers, things like that. Wildly successful. Obviously, they're still in business. They still make 95% of their products here in the United States. What's interesting about this handle is you can see by the back here, it says nylon. The number is E316S. That's a 16-ounce head. The hammer, though, weighs 1.5 pounds. So it's obviously the metal handle adds a little bit of weight to it, but this is made in the United States of America. Now, what's nice about these handles is how they wear in. After years of using them, they turn to this, you know. They really have a nice feel to them. They don't get to the point where they feel hard on the hands or harsh or blistering or anything. It just gives you a nice feel. So this is a very old hammer that I picked up at a garage sale. But so we finished this one today. Put a little bit of a polish on here. Now normally they painted this gray in the back here. We're going to shellac that, but everything else is waxed and polished and looks real nice. The head, we did the head, and this is it. This is the Estwing 16-ounce hammer with the nylon grip. Still make this hammer today. It's a great investment. These things are practically unbreakable, and if you do break them, they have a lifetime warranty. So hope you enjoyed the restoration of this. It was a fun project. Thanks very much for tuning in, and have a nice day.